Hey guys, it's Ashby, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something very controversial in the obese and fitness community. Can you guess what that is? If you guessed that it is the fat acceptance movement, you'd be right. Alright, before we go in fully into what my opinion is on the fat acceptance community, we're going to be looking up the definition. So, the fat acceptance, the only definition I could find is what is the fat acceptance movement. And what it says for that is a social movement seeking to change fat bias and a social attitude. So, for the most part, sounds pretty good, right? Right? And if you're an obese person, you would think there is nothing wrong with this community, right? Everybody just, sticking together. No. First off, in the past, it actually did make sense to have it. And it was a lot simpler thinking. The internet did not let stupidity take hold of the world. And back in the day, Marilyn Monroe was also considered a size 12. Yeah, which now today you're like, well, yeah, that is plus size. Well, if Marilyn Monroe lived in today, she'd actually be a size 4. If you think about it, Marilyn Monroe was really just the first person that didn't have an anorexic style eating disorder in the modeling world. Well, actually, people in general were just smaller back then. And, back then it made sense. Some people were not allowed to eat at certain restaurants if they were overweight. And, back in the day, it made sense. Now, not so much. There's not a lot of that fake stigma that goes around with being overweight or any form of plus size. And people kind of come to terms that, yeah, there might be super tall people that are size 12 that are really still skinny. And that is, there again, size 12 is actually very misconstrued. Nowadays, a lot of people in the plus size community have what appears to be a sense of entitlement, and it's actually kind of disgusting, to me anyways. They assume that every salon and every restaurant needs to carry chairs that fit over 300 to 400 pounds, and that you should be able to jump on a trampoline or go on a roller coaster over a certain amount of weight, even though it wouldn't be safe for you to be on that roller coaster, and you could potentially die, if not kill other people. Yeah, and that's a possibility. But anyways, also another thing that they want is or at least from what I perceive, is they want doctors to change their opinion on diseases known to be caused from obesity, or diseases that can be caused from obesity, to be more accurate, because any of these things could really happen to anybody. But when you are obese, you have a higher chance of them happening. So before I go into all those diseases, because yes, I plan on discussing that with you guys. Yep. Let's go ahead and cover my opinion. Back in the day, when I was younger, I had a little bit more of a misconstrued opinion on fat acceptance. I thought it was more like the definition itself, and that people in the community weren't so mean to other people. Yeah, I used to believe that, I was a healthy weight, even though I was morbidly obese, and I'm still morbidly obese. A lot of that opinion didn't change until I started losing weight. And when I started losing weight, I realized, oh shit, my body was going through hell, and I didn't realize what I was putting it through. I could walk better. I didn't have pain in my knees and my feet very often. I wasn't out of breath going up one story of stairs. That wasn't my everyday. I had a lot of more flexibility. There was a lot of pluses when I lost weight, and I realized what I was doing to my body. And I also had a lot more energy. I wasn't tired all the time. Now I'm still tired all the time. Back to being morbidly obese, and I now know what's going through my body, and it's a lot worse now because I'm older, and the older you get, the more wear and tear your body gets, and it kind of wears down on you. Yeah, obviously I don't agree with the fat acceptance movement. I don't think it's really relevant in today's time. Maybe back in the day when we had a lot of civil rights movements going on, a lot of people realizing that the world was actually being really messed up to anybody that didn't fit this specific image. And then it made sense. Today, not anymore. Today, it's not really necessary. And today, it's just an excuse and a way to mask and hide behind your own food addiction and mental struggles. And you want to blame on the entire world, and you want the world to cater around you. A lot of people are angry in that community and just want people to serve them. And I don't think that's right. So I can't get along with it. And the main reason why is because of the health issues that go along with being morbidly obese, and how much a lot of people in the fat acceptance movement won't acknowledge this. And if they do acknowledge it, they think it's all bullshit. And some of them even are ridiculous enough to actually believe it's a conspiracy theory, that it's conspiracy caused from the fitness and diet industry. Yeah. It's not, though. Physicians are going to go along with healthy diets. They're not going to go along being able to, or stuffing your face with an entire cheesecake. It's not healthy. And doesn't mean you don't eat your vegetables every so often. You might be having them fried or too large of portions. But for it to really help you anyways. Anyways, one of the first diseases that can be caused from being morbidly obese is type 2 diabetes. If you've ever gone through type 2 diabetes, known somebody, or had gestational diabetes, you will understand that it's a pain in the ass to deal with. It really is. Like, for myself, when I had gestational diabetes, I had to prick my finger like 4 times a day and take insulin. Yeah, and insulin's no fun to take because, well, it can cause a lot of damage to your pancreas, and that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's not pleasant, is it? And you also can potentially lose a toe or a foot or your entire leg. That's not fun either. Type 2 diabetes can actually cause a whole bunch of different issues. as well in your body, besides potentially losing body part and having your pancreas get severe damage. And that is, you have a higher chance of getting a yeast infection. I ain't showing that. That's just disgusting. Your cuts and your sores will actually heal a lot slower, take a lot longer. You'll have dark patches around your eyes, neck, and ligaments. You'll eventually feel numbness, which is and get neuropathy from it. So lose your limbs potentially. And yeah, that's type 2 diabetes. Unfortunately, that's not the only thing that could be caused based off of obesity. So can COPD, any other kind of lung issues. You could potentially just die in your sleep from your weight crushing you. But the more disturbing thing is fat starts covering your organs, and that includes your heart. And it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, that's not pretty to look at, is it? It honestly reminds me of over fatty, cheap meat. Also, your life expectancy from being morbidly obese goes down severely. If you're a man, you might live to see 60 on average, and for a woman, it's 69. And you might be thinking that's not too bad. Well, think about it this way. It takes out 16 years of a man's life and 12 years of a woman's. It's a long time to miss out on life. And it's a lot of the experiences. And if you think about it, if you're in your 60s, you probably have grandchildren, and you're not going to see them grow up at all. A little heartbreaking, not just to you, but to your family as well. Besides your life expectancy going down a severe amount, there's other things that being morbidly obese can cause to your body. Like eventually, if you're like 600 pounds or fairly close to it, like Miss Amberlyn, then you'll know that it's hard to walk. Like her, she can only walk for like 4 minutes at a time. And I can imagine how much pain she's got to be in. All of her joints are probably starting to crack, and she definitely will have arthritis when she gets older. For every pound that is put onto your limbs and to your bones, they have 4 pounds of pressure. So, think about that as well. You're doing severe damage to your body being morbidly obese. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, hit that like button. If not, well, there's a down button too. Either way, I would appreciate it if you guys left a comment and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys next time. I left out a whole section and I had notes. Body positivity. I'm smart. I already pre-recorded this thing. This whole thing. Yeah.